Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can set up comprehensive auditing for all your AWS accounts within your organization using CloudTrail. CloudTrail is AWS main service for auditing all user activity on AWS. And we're going to use it to set up auditing for our AWS organization, actually, all accounts under the same organization. And we are also going to look into how we can implement reporting and querying using Athena on the trail logs. So in order to create the trail log, go to CloudTrail from the AWS console. And then from there, just click on create a trail. And then we are starting to create the CloudTrail for our organization. We're going to call it org trail. This is important because we want to create the CloudTrail for all our accounts within our organization. And we are going to have CloudTrail create a new bucket for us. This default is good, but since this is an account where cost is a big concern, so I'm gonna have it not incur the KMS cost, and then I'm just gonna have it just use the standard key. But for more security and governance, and even to meet certain compliance standards, this is something that could be required. And other, we are going to keep the defaults. We have some more options here. We can send the trail logs to CloudWatch as well. This could be very useful as well. But right now, we're not going to select this. We'll go to next. This is very important. It actually has happened to me in the past that I had enabled the CloudTrail logs and I thought that I was good. Things are being audited. But then I wanted to audit some S3 read activity and found out that I had not enabled the data events because by default they do not get enabled. So there are various data events that does include S3 read activity and write activity on the S3 objects. So in order to enable those, you need to select this. And then you can further reduce the data event activity in order to save cost by selecting specific data sources for the events. So in this case, I'm right now, I just want to log data events for certain services like S3, DynamoDB, and Lambda. Others I'm not gonna log, but we have to be mindful of this. Like if in this specific account, we start using the other services and I do want to log the data events, then I have to come back and then enable data events for those services. Click next, then create trail. Our trail has been created now, and next we are now going to set up Athena table so that we can query our trail logs and monitor activity on all of these accounts. Actually, before setting up the Athena table, let's understand the structure of the S3 bucket. Remember, this is organization-wide trail, right? So I'm just gonna go back to actually the main bucket, and this is the structure which CloudTrail uses. There is an AWS logs folder within the bucket, and then within this folder, you are seeing two folders. This is for an organizational trail. You are going to see this is our organization ID. So if you click on this under organization ID folder, you are going to have a folder specific to each account under this organization. If we go to this account, which is the management account, we can see the CloudTrail folder. And then within that, you have a folder for each region. And then it partitions the data by each day. So the year the month, and the day, and now you are seeing the logs for today. Okay, let's suppose I want to view the logs for another account. So this is another account which is within my organization. I go here. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned it when I set up the trails. This is a multi-region trail as well. So it covers all your regions. So it's a organization-wide and multi-region trail. So it covers the entire spectrum. Okay, so same structure for the other organization as for so it's same structure for the other account as well. All right, now we can go and set up the table in Athena. And now that we understand the structure, it's actually going to help us in our table setup as well. Now, in order to create the Athena table and run some queries to monitor user activity, we will go to Athena. And within Athena, we will create the table now. And I'm just copying this query from the very nice article in the AWS documentation for CloudTrail. Actually, it's for Athena. I will share the link below this video as well. This is the same article which I have used for years whenever I want to create Athena table for CloudTrail. Actually, we want to use a different name, but I mean, it's also very important that we go over the structure. I just showed you the S3 bucket for the trail logs, and you saw that in that S3 bucket, we have a folder for each account. So from this centralized management account, we have the ability to monitor activity for all the accounts under this organization. And that is one of the advantages of using this approach that we can centrally manage and monitor activity. So what I do is when I create a table, I also use account name or alias and the region. So here we could say management and then and PP here means partition projection. So not only are we creating the partition so that we can query more efficiently, as you saw in the bucket in the structure, that we have logs stored by each day under the folder for each day. So we are using the same structure here to create our table. Also, with this approach, the partitions are added to CloudTrail to the Athena table automatically. Otherwise, you have to manually add the partition. So with this, that's why it's called partition projection. So now we just need to specify the right path of the buckets. I mean, it's just one bucket, but it needs to be specified in two locations. So to get the bucket path, I will go to the bucket itself. CloudTrail need to go down to till the region here, and then just copy this path from here. Good. And then same for this. Okay, all good. Now let's create our table. Just want to make sure the name is correct. Name is good. Some error. Maybe it's this. Yes, the hyphen. So now we have the table created and we could do a quick preview. We can see the data. Now Let's monitor some user activity. So we can just see what this user, the user which I'm using for this account, what this user has been doing today. The purpose of this video is not to go over the querying, so I'm skipping through some of the details here. I just want to show a couple of queries in action. And then in order to make our query efficient, we are going to specify the timestamp is equal to today. And the timestamp format was not correct. So it's year, month, and day. Okay, now to further drill down, I can also do read only is equal to false, and then I just want to know the event time. So event time and event name. This is telling me what non-read-only actions were performed. A mistake, no end. This is actually not Boolean, it's a string. Is the T missing? Yes. So here is all the activity that this user has done today. That is like all the non-read only activity. And see, you're seeing some delete here, seeing some put object, some creation. So now you can drill further down and find out more details about these operations using the additional columns. Okay, so what we did in this video is set up a comprehensive auditing. It is just simple few steps, but it does set up comprehensive auditing. And this is what we need as far as auditing is concerned for most cases and to meet most compliance and security standards.